Welcome to the channel. Without further ado, like the video and follow us. Let's go now. Today we are going to talk about the lost art of friendship. Nothing will ever please me, no matter how excellent or beneficial it may be, if I must keep the knowledge of it to myself. There is no enjoyment in possessing anything without friends to share it, said Seneca. When Seneca was 60 years old, his good friend Lucilius was struggling with a serious problem. Lucilius, slightly younger than Seneca, held a position in Nero's administration, governing the region of Sicily. Like Seneca, Lucilius was ambitious, talented, hardworking, and successful. Having had a great career, he had also achieved fame in the social world of his time. However, at some point in this process, Lucilius had neglected his inner well-being. In modern terms, he was going through a crisis. Seeking the advice of a trusted friend, Lucilius turned to Seneca. Lucilius wanted to reform himself and lead a more significant and rewarding life, but he had also become accustomed to his luxurious lifestyle and the public acclaim he often received. And, like many people today, Lucilius wondered whether he would have enough financial resources to retire and maintain his lifestyle, or whether he should continue working for a few more years to increase his savings. Although he desired freedom, he also feared the consequences of leaving his well-paid position. Although Seneca's scholars never mentioned it, this is the story behind Seneca's letters to Lucilius. Lucilius's questions about adjusting his life's course gave Seneca an excuse to create his wonderful letters, written not only to Lucilius, but to a broader circle of readers. At the same time, the letters served as cleverly designed preparatory material for a Stoic philosophy course by Seneca. However, behind this project, there was a belief in the profound and transformative power of friendship. Throughout his letters, Seneca discusses many aspects of friendship, but this passage highlights why friendship is so essential. Friendship creates a partnership in all things. Nothing is good or bad in itself. We live in community. Nor can anyone be happy who only cares about his own benefit. We must live for others if we want to live for ourselves. This communion, maintained with special care and respect, unites humanity as a whole and sustains the existence of certain rights that we all have in common. However, it is also beneficial to cultivate the kind of closest friendship, of which I have spoken. For whoever has much in common with another human being will have everything in common with a friend. While Seneca expressed his life philosophy to Lucilius through correspondence, he wrote his early philosophical works for other friends, relatives, and people he knew personally. His goal was to help them achieve peace of mind, overcome pain, or face different challenges. As we can see, Seneca's philosophy of living, as an art, was not based on creating an abstract system for other intellectuals. Instead, it involved interpersonal relationships since, from Seneca's perspective, philosophy should help people live in the real world. Seneca repeatedly criticized the academic philosophers of his time, who reduced philosophy to uncompromising logical arguments. Their approach did not seem convincing and was irrelevant when it came to meeting human needs. Seneca sharply distinguished between his alternative and real philosophy, which he saw as a play on words, a mere intellectual game. Many philosophers of his time, he said, focused on analyzing syllables and dissecting details, instead of exploring lively ideas that could improve human life. He insisted that real learning was for life, not for the classroom. Seneca's philosophical ideas were both systematic and consistent, but as a writer, he understood the importance of presenting these ideas in an appealing and convincing way. By combining philosophy, literary skill, and dramatic impact, Seneca brought philosophy to life and made it memorable. While Lucilius considered Seneca a close friend, he also saw him as his philosophical advisor and mentor, a role that Seneca enjoyed playing. A friend can sometimes be an excellent mentor. Often, someone who knows us well can make a sincere comment that would be understood as inappropriate or even hostile, coming from a stranger. So, there are many times in the letters when Seneca vehemently disagreed with the types of false opinion, based on his Stoic perspective, that caused mental anxiety to Lucilius. Seneca knew Lucilius well and, when necessary, helped him seriously analyze the beliefs that underlay his problems. He then encouraged Lucilius to look at things from another perspective, helping him reframe the situation. Some of his letters resemble modern-day psychotherapy sessions, where a therapist challenges the client to question their thought patterns. In all of Seneca's philosophical texts, he plays the role of a mentor, offering sensible advice and rational arguments so that the other person can face the difficulties of real life. He does so by helping his readers reconsider their underlying beliefs. For Seneca and the Stoics, unless we are able to remove or deconstruct the false beliefs that cause mental suffering, it is impossible for anyone to have a happier life. Alright, today we're finishing up here. Subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this.